Say Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yahweh, Kahal La Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule by that great millstone, and the Akiums in the foreground, the earth to push the gospel and sincerity in church. This evening, I come next lesson to feed the elect of the nation of Israel, the 144,000, and the 1/3 men, women, and children, and the confusion of faces that's getting the foreground of the earth. Right? This is an article I published on the 1st of March 2018. Right? And it said Iran banned use of US dollar in trade. So this is Cold War we're heading into, literally Iran declared war on America because we're messing with the dollars, you're messing with the powers, right? And how this dollar get power, by America going wrong and bullying people, bullying people with different trades. When you gotta buy like oil and stuff, right? You gotta take your currency, right, and buy the US currency, which you gotta spend more of your currency to buy less US currency, and this will give the dollar so much, right? I just wanna touch on this video, right? Got a video I wanna touch on. Let me touch on this video, right? And get this video to play. Start back on the top. Right.
The petrodollar is actually a device invented by Kissinger and Nixon.
The standard of living of all Americans can be traced back to here, the vast oil-rich deserts of Saudi Arabia.
In the early 70s, after the Arab crisis happened with the oil embargoes, OPEC basically tripled the price of oil to the Western world. And at that time, America realized that they were vulnerable because they were importing about 70% of all the oil they consumed.
To secure a reliable foreign source of oil, U.S. President Richard Nixon sent his Secretary of State and National Security Advisor Henry Kissinger to Saudi Arabia for a secret meeting. The result was a pact that still stands to this day.
If Saudi Arabia, which at the time was the world's largest producer of oil, would sell the oil in US dollars, America would defend Saudi Arabia and make sure the House Assad would stay in power.
As a direct result of this U.S.-Saudi agreement, all other oil-producing nations also adopted the dollar as the de facto medium of exchange. Demand for it increased exponentially all over the world, and soon it had a new name, the petrodollar.
Your currency is only as strong as the demand for it, just like anything else, the supply and demand. Why the petrodollar is important, it causes a demand for the US dollar. A lot of Americans don't realize that over 70% of all the $100 bills in the world are actually outside of the US. There's more $100 bills in Russia than there are in America.
This stockpile of US dollars in countries around the world is because oil is bought using the greenback.
If oil starts trading in non-petrodollars, such as gold or a basket of currencies, or if China and Russia start trading in yuan and ruble rather than US dollars, that demand isn't there. And the way of life for the average American will be done. It will be worse than the Great Depression.
To date, anyone who's potentially threatened the status of the petrodollar hasn't fared well. Libyan and Muammar Gaddafi publicly pushed for a Pan-African gold-backed currency that he would trade for Libya's oil. He was killed during a US-backed revolution in 2011. And just a few short years before, Iraqi dictator Saddam Hussein advocated selling oil for euros.
At this hour, American and coalition forces are in the early stages of military operations to disarm Iraq.
The U.S. invaded under the guise of looking for WMDs.
Iraq did not have any weapons of mass destruction, and interestingly enough, after the Americans invaded, took over, put in their own government The whole concept of selling oil in euros never surfaced again.
Today, many countries resent the current petrodollar. Person is none other than Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Americans should be very worried about Purdue. There is a new Cold War going on. It is the Colder War. That is exactly what's going on. And who's in the center of this push? Putin. And the petrodollar is so crucial to the Colder War. The only thing holding America right now at the top is the petrodollar. And let me make it very clear. If the petrodollar dies, so does America as a superpower.
Yeah, so as we see now, we see the debt of the petrodollar. And as we see now, China doing trade in yuan, which is backed by gold, and Russia using the I think it's the rubies, right, which is backed by gold. Right now, Iran, they stopped trading, right, in the US dollar. So this is the debt of the petrodollar, right? And these chess move by these nations, it declare war. They declare war because this is what Saddam Hussein did, and this is what Gaddafi did, and America bring them down, right? So when you messing with this whole paper, she can go to war with you. So Iran literally declare war on America, right? Let's go read this article. It said Iran ban use of US dollar in trade, right? It said Tehran has announced that purchase ordered by merchants that are based on US currency would no longer be allowed to go through imports processor, right? Procedure, right? He said according to the local media, the policy is in line with an official request by the Central Bank of Iran, CBI, and is specifically meant to address fluctuation in market rate of the US dollar. So the US dollar dying slow, it dying a rapid death, because these nations turn away from the petrodollar, so it dying a rapid death. So there's war, right? There's war. So these nations making big chess move by diving away from the petrodollar, right? It said the CBI director of foreign exchange rule and policy affair, Midi Kasrahipour, if I'm pronouncing the word correctly, was quoted by IRNA news agency as saying the move has become active from Wednesday by virtue of letters sent to the Ministry of Industry, Mines and Trade, right? He explained it wouldn't create major trouble for a trader because the share of the greenback in Iran trade activity was not high. He said it been for a long time that the Iran banking sector cannot use the dollar as a result of the sanction, said Kasrahipour, if I'm pronouncing the word right again, right? It said as part of the trade embargo, US banks are banned from dealing with Iran, right? So this is war. This is war. And you touch Iran, you're touching Russia, because this is the porch and the meats, right? It's considering that the use of the dollar is banned from Iran and trade already literally using alternative currency in their transactions. So they're using a different currency in the transaction, right? And Iran got what oil, they got I think natural gas too, right? He said there is no long longer any reason to proceed with invoice that use the dollar as the base rate, right? This what Kazra Irpur added, right? Is according to the official, Iranian merchant would need to inform their suppliers to change the base currency from the dollar to other currencies so that their related import document could process at Iran entry point. So the people, the nation that doing trade with Iran say, yo, we're not taking the dollar, so we can take other currency. They're gonna deal with with other currency, backed by what? This currency gonna be backed by gold, like the Petro yuan, like the Russian dollar. I think it's the rupees. I think it's the rupees they call it, right? So these Iran say, yo, we're not dealing with this dollar again, right? He say, and for say these for make a move like that, you gotta say something. And Iran is a nuclear power. That they having thing to make a move like that. They having thing, right? And America just can't run in Iran and do what they do in Libya and in Kuwait, right? They cannot do that, right? The battlefield level right now, right? He said merchant will also need to specify whether they would proceed with their payment through bank or currency exchange shop, right? He said Tehran has long sought to switch to non-dollar based trade. So it was always in the spirit for a long time to switch out, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai put it in the spirit, right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai do that. He rule in the kingdom of men, right? That's a quick precept, right? It's a quick precept. This is Proverbs, right? Proverbs 21. Proverbs 21 and 1. He said, the king's heart is in the hands of the Lord Yahweh, as a river of water. He turneth wheresoever he will. So the king's heart, king's mind, right? So these chess move is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai chess move, right? He said Tehran has long sought to switch to non-dollar based trade. It was already signed agreement with several countries and is in talk with Russia on using national currency in settlement, right? He said while meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in November, Irani Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei said that the best way to beat the U.S. sanction against the two countries was joining effort to dump the American currency in bilateral trade. And there's the Persian and Medes. There's the Persian and Medes coming together there, right? He said, he told President Putin, he said that that by using methods such as eliminating the US dollar and replacing it with national currency, transaction between two or more parties, the side could isolate the Americans, right? He said pay two again, right? They come with the Medes. There's the Medes and the Persian day, right? This is Isaiah 13 and 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, and the Medes go back to the Russians, and the Medes and the Persian is one nation, because they join together. The Medes and the Persian is one, right? And this is spirit that the Most High put him back on it, because when you read Ezekiel 38, right? Russia is a guide to them, a guide to the Iranis, which the Iranis is the Medes, right? Which is the Salakia. The Iranis are the Persian, and the Medes are the Russians, right? He said, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So today Babylon money is not gold and silver, is the petrodollar, right? So they're not gonna delight in it, they're not regard for it, they're not gonna delight in it, right? That's why they're coming against it, right? It said dropping the dollar, Venezuela list of oil price in Chinese yuan. So Venezuela drop it, right? He said Iran suggests Russia help isolate the American by ditching the dollar. He said Iran and China seek to eliminate the US dollar from bilateral trade. Right? So these nations coming together to destroy this war, because these nations don't know they gotta go to war with America. Because America all over the place bullying people. So these nations don't know what? Yo, if we isolate from this bitch, she gonna come and she gonna fight. So we gotta prepare ourselves for fight. Right now Russia got a missile Sarmat, right? With no defense system can stop it, no missile defense system can stop it, right? And it can shoot from one end to the earth to the other end, through the South Pole, through the North Pole. It can even shoot into the waters too, under the waters too, right? That's how powerful is this missile, this ICBM missile. So these nations preparing to battle this whole, right? And this prophecy, right? He said Iran developing a national cryptocurrency to bypass US sanction, right? So this is war, right? This is plain, this is right. So this is war, and this is what America is do, right? Let me get this in the Apocrypha. This is what this do, right? Let me see. We're gonna start from. This is First Maccabees chapter 8. Start from let me start from I'm gonna start from verse 7. He said how long they took him alive and convented that he should as regain after him should pay great tribute and give hostage, and that which was agreed upon, right? He said, and the country of India and the Medes and Libya and of the goodest country which they took of him and gave to the king, right? Umeez, right? He said, verse 9, moreover, how the Grecian had determined to come and destroy them, right? Let's see, let's get straight to the point, right? Oh yeah, I'll start from verse 11, right? Start from verse 11. This is First Maccabees chapter 8 verse 11. He said, it was told him beside how they destroy and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that are, he said, that at any time resist them. And that's how these bitches move, right? When Saddam Hussein resists, stop trading in the US dollar, what they do? They claim that he had a weapon of mass destruction, right? They went in and destroy him. When Gaddafi switch out from trading with the US dollar, right, create their own currency through gold, what they do? They went in and destroy him. So this is what the devil is do, right? First Maccabees chapter 8 verse 11. It was told beside how they destroy and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that at any time resist them. He said, but with their friends and such as rely upon them, they keep enmity, right? And that they had conquered kingdoms both far and nigh, in so much as, he said, as all that hear of their name were afraid of them. So this is what these devils do, right? If you're against them, they would come and destroy you. They will destroy first with propaganda, and then they'll come in and destroy your land, right? And this is what these devils do, right? But today they can't run into Iran, or they can't run in Russia, right? They can't run and do these things because why? These nations strong, right? These nations strong. Let me get this precept here. This is Joel chapter 3 verse 9. It's proclaim he this among the Gentiles, right? These heathen nation, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. He said, beat your plowshare into sword, and your prominent hook into spear. Let the weak say, I am strong. Let the weak say, I'm strong. How they say they're strong? Because they got ICBM missile, right? They're well equipped, right? They're well equipped. Russia backing Iran and Syria, Libya with them, Turkey with them. This is prophecy, right? Ezekiel 38. This is prophecy, right? Verse 11, assemble yourself and come, ye heathens, all these heathen nations, assemble yourself. Where they assemble yourself? In the valley of Josaphat, which means Yahweh Sapat, Yahweh judgment. That's why you see all the war going on in Syria, right? In the bar today, right? It's assemble yourself and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourself together round and about thither, cause the mighty one to come down, O Lord Yahweh, right? So, you know, these weak nations saying the strong. No, that's why they see these big chess move, these checkmate, right? These big chess move. These nation tired of America. America gonna be destroyed, right? It's gonna be destroyed, right? So let me just get this one and close off with this one, right? This is Ezekiel, right? This is Ezekiel 38 and 1. He said, and the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog. Right? So the Most High face against Gog, right? Which is the Russians today. And he said, the land of Magog and chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesied against it. So Vladimir Putin is the chief prince right now. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushua against the Russian too, because the Russians are Edomite. The Russians are Edomite or what? The Most High gonna use the Russians to destroy America. He's gonna use them, and then he's gonna destroy Russia too, because they are Edomites too, right? They're gonna be destroyed, and they're gonna be in slavery too, right? But the Most High using the Russians, you know, to lead the charge, right, to destroying this bitch, right? This is just a quick precept. The Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 verse 4, he said, the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord. The power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, right? So the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord. You understand? So the Most High is who control everything, right? So the Most High against them too, but he gonna use them to destroy America, right? Verse 3, he said, and say, thus said the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaw. Oh, put them back in the Soviet Union mindset, the SSR mindset, that no mercy mindset. This is mindset Yahweh will put them back in, right? He said, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sort of armor, even a great company with buckler and shield, all of them handling sword, all of them handling ICBM missile. Iran, Syria, Russia, North Korea, China, right? These nations gonna join Turkey. Even America known allies gonna turn against them. Revelation 17:16, right? It's verse 5. He said Persia, which is Iran today. The Mede and the Persians, right? The Mede is the Russians, the Persians the Iran. Ethiopia gonna be with them. Libya, he said with them, all of them with shield and helmet, right? They gear up. Gomar today is Turkey. Turkey recently moved away from NATO. Turkey was part of NATO, right? He said all of his band, the house of Tomaga of the north quarters, and all his band, and many people with thee. Verse 7, be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company, that assemble unto thee, and be thou a God unto them, and be thou a God unto them. So these nations, Russian ally is gonna destroy America, right? They're gonna destroy America, and this is a big move, right? This is a big chess move, you know, to ditching the U.S. dollar. So the petrodollar dying, the petrodollar going down and dying, right? Let me get a quick precept. Dave said to use the one. The next precept come to mind. Let me just. This is Jeremiah 50, right? The most I can use the Medes, right? This is Jeremiah 51:11. He said, "Make bright the arrows, gather the shield. The Lord Yahweh had raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes." The Russians, Iranis, Syrians, right? All these nations, the most I can bring them, right? Because these allies to Russia, the Medes, these nations allies to the Russians. For his devices against Babylon to destroy it, the device against America to destroy it, because it's the because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, take vengeance. He said, the vengeance of his temple, right? He says, set up a standard upon the wall of Babylon. Make the watch strong. Set up the watchmen. Prepare an ambush. For the Lord had both devised and done that which he speak against the inhabitant of Babylon. He said, O thou that dwellest upon many water, abundant in treasure, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. Thy end is come, and thy measure of thy covetousness. So these nations are going to destroy America, right? Thus said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. America going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missile, ICM missile, and also by the charter Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And with that, hope it lessons edifying. I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders who rule well at Great Millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiams in the folk and the earth to push in the gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom.